Hey, I'm TJ. And this is episode of TJDaRanter. Okay, the next videos are gonna have swear words in it, but because of a really good friend, I decided not to do it for her. Oh, shut up! You got a sick mind. It's something like that. But anyway, I have a rant. I have a rant on Goths and Emos. I'm not gonna rant about all of them, maybe, but see. I'm gonna rant on the Goths and Emos who qualify, you know, are pretty much described by what I'm gonna describe. But anyway, what I really don't get is why they're so negative. They're so negative, they're always talking about suicide. That's an exaggeration, but hey, I mean, it gets old really fast. Like, I had a friend who talked about how he was going to end his life. And he's done this more than once. I mean, from what I've seen, he's done this more than once, and it gets old really fast. So he had me worried sick. And worst of all, he disrespected a friend, the one who I'm going to hold my tongue for. And that's just crossing the flippin' line. It is. No, I didn't hurt him or anything yet. But yeah, he's taken off a lot of people. He's taking off a lot of people. He's wearing out their sympathy just by doing this stuff, by complaining about how much his life sucks, how he's miserable. But he's just one example. I mean, do you goths and emos, or who are doing this kind of stuff, feel the need to do that? You realize that that's going to wear out the patience of your friends and loved ones? I mean, by by being negative, by being depressed all the time, you're not just hurting you. You're not just hurting yourself, you're hurting your friends, you're hurting your family, you're hurting those you love. How do you sleep at night doing that? Do you cry yourself to sleep? Oh, and one of my friends tried to say that I cry more than him. Okay, for the record, so far I've cried like a couple of times a month. Does that mean he doesn't cry at all? Well, at least I'm not talking about suicide. He says that he's been knocked down and he's choosing to get back up. Great. But can you stay back up? At least enough to not be depressed so much to to not say, oh, how you're going to kill yourself, because like I said, you're ticking off the heck out of a lot of people. Okay, have you heard of carpe diem? Okay, I don't know who said it, but it means seize the day. Enjoy life to the fullest. I mean, it's short, it's depressing, life is cruel. Okay, no point in crying about it. But life is so valuable. You know why it's so valuable? Because you only get one life. One life. You must live it to the fullest, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it's pretty much common flippin' sense. Well, at least I won't be putting money in the swear jar. Like Jamie Nelson tried to do in one of the videos. Jamie is a good boy, but to the point. The ranting has got the the suicidal act has got to stop. Because if you're goth, if you're emo, if you're complaining about how your life sucks, if you're being negative all the time, if you want to be negative, okay, great. But don't exaggerate what other people say, and don't be negative to everyone all the time, okay? That made no sense, but still. I mean, doing that is gonna make you slowly lose your friends. And you're gonna wonder why you lost them. I'll tell you why. Because you're so depressed that it's making them sad. Okay, negativity spreads like a disease, and you're the carrier. I know I'm hurtful, but keep in mind that you're hurting your loved ones with your negativity. You're hurting them because you're so pessimistic. Well, my life hasn't been that great. My life hasn't been a walk in the park either. Okay, I mean, I was ganged up on by my family and friends. I was basically the doormat of school and a lot of times of my family. I was the flippin' doormat. I was ganged up on. And you know what the worst part is? The authorities, like, the teachers, seem to side with them versus me. They would never help me out. I was following a system that betrayed me. Do you have any idea how that feels? But you know what? I'm not talking about, oh, how I'm going to kill myself. Come on. Okay, life is cruel. Anyone who says otherwise is selling something. But you know what? Life is also valuable. Cruel, terrible, unfair, but valuable. But in some ways, be glad that life is unfair in some ways. Because sometimes that unfairness favors you. And if life were truly fair, like if I accidentally broke my dad's leg, the true definition of fair? I have my leg broken too. Now, do you want life to be completely fair? Because I honestly cannot imagine life better than this. I mean, without all the tragedies, life would be boring. Life would be boring if we were all the same, if we were all happy. But I'm telling you, for the sake of the people who really care about you, especially if you really care about this one person, be more optimistic. Okay? Please, for them. Or at least don't jump to conclusions and be negative all the time because, that's going to make you lose your friends and you'll find yourself lonely. I know it seems lame to conform to a happy, jolly world, but you know what keeps me happy? Humor. I have a twisted sense of humor. Try finding something that relaxes you. Because comprehending, this hard life, all that's going to be terrible. But, please be more optimistic for them, for the people you care about. And don't get mad, I'm going to kill myself, whatever. Because, you might find yourself alone. I mean, is being pessimistic worth being alone for the rest of your life? Losing the people you care about most? Keep that in mind. It could help you out. It could make your life better. I know I'm insensitive, but I've been sensitive, and in this case, sometimes you need to get kicked into shape, regardless of how hard you're kicked. But that's just my opinion. We're out of time. Uh, to you, who I talked to about making it a non-swearing video, I hope you're impressed. I hope this doesn't displease you that much. See ya.